Good morning. I'm waiting for the thing to stop shaking because I just hit the desk, but good morning. This morning, I woke up late, which was only like 7:30, but you know, it was late for me. I usually like to post around a certain time, and I'm giving you context right now. So I washed my face, I put on oil, you know, getting myself like awakened. And I was thinking about the video that I wanted to do today. And YouTube sent me a notification, so I clicked on it, and then I like went back to like, not really the home page, but the list of like who you're subscribed to. And I saw something that caught my eye, and it got me thinking that whenever I first started meditating, first got into like the spiritual community, I'm waiting for my oil to dry before I, you know, take down my hair. But anyways, before, I used to watch some people that I thought they knew what they were talking about, right? And I'm not saying that they don't. I'm not saying I'm above them, right? I'm not like putting myself on a pedestal over here, but I can't watch them anymore because the shit that they say doesn't resonate with me anymore. For example, people have a limited belief that you cannot be enlightened when you have a family, when you have a wife and children and whatever. A family, wife, children, a dog. And to me, that's a perfect opportunity to remain present. When life is bombarding you with all this shit that you chose, that is that is the prime opportunity to remain present, to remain focused, to remain aware. I'm gonna read to you, right? I'm gonna read to you the Power of Now, the presence like meditation that he did, right? It's very easy, very easy. Okay, so whenever you do this, because whenever I first started, years ago, a long time ago, I don't even know what year it is right now, so it's been a while. I used to meditate 3 times a day, right? 10 minutes at first, you know, building up to like 30 minutes depending on like the activities my day then, you know? But presence is the core foundation, the core like principle to everything. Everything. And I don't want people paying money, time, energy, putting all this into another spirituality course, into another thing, right? Without first experiencing presence and sustaining presence. Okay? Because meditating a few times a day, whatever, yes, that does help. But you can skyrocket your fucking life, right? If you simply remain present. If you remain present moment by moment and keep that awareness, right? Where your thoughts aren't bombarding you and stressing you out, you're not being triggered. Like, that's why I feel like it's the perfect fucking time. I have children. I know how they are. They're children, though. And they're with their dad right now, so that's why I'm not, like, having a child in my lap right now. Okay, so one person that I do love, that I do still watch every once in a while, is Michael Sandler. And he has his daughter in his lap all the time. He's not bombarded with all these different things that he can't fucking handle. That he's like, I wanted to say lowering his vibration for, but I guess that's one way to say that. So, I'm gonna show you why. These are your thoughts. Not really your thoughts, but these are thoughts, right? How often do you think? And these are signals out. Happy thought, sending out. ADHD thoughts, going in like the loop-de-loops and, you know, ADHD, right? It is still sending that out. Drama, music. Okay, so most of these are arrows going out. Your thoughts, you're sending signals out, right? And then all of a sudden you'll get like a music lyric in your mind. This happened to me yesterday because your guides, your angels, will communicate to you with lyrics sometimes. Mine was so fucking random. I haven't heard this song in a long time. It's by Smashing Pumpkins, right? And I haven't heard it in a long time. And the lyric that came into my head was like, the world is a vampire. And I'm like, what? What? So yesterday I had to do like research on all these things that were coming into my mind, okay? I was not actively sending thoughts out, okay? This is most people during their day, sending thoughts out, just bombarded with life. I'm stressed about this, that, and the third. And now that I think about it, because I just saw a picture in my mind, Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about this, right? There's an image in here that popped into my head, so I definitely didn't think about this beforehand. But I wasn't actively thinking. Where in the fuck is this? I guess I could use that one. That wasn't the one that popped into my head. And I'm not finding the one that I was thinking about. But whatever, it's the same concept, right? Where you place your attention is where you place your energy. So you are thinking about all this shit. Hopefully not, but you know, sometimes we do get wrapped up in thinking about shit. And it's okay, just bring yourself back to the present moment. Right? I'm holding it up so you can actually like read some of this shit. All your problems, illness, clothes, appointments, news, TV, computer, emails, Facebook, YouTube, cell phone, text, body, face, in-laws, children, job, like life bombarding the fuck out of you and then you thinking about this shit, okay? I wasn't planning on using that. So just put it right there. Right. So you're not going to be receiving a lot of guidance because you're sending all of these thoughts out. So what happens when you remain present? And I don't even like the word meditation anymore, because whenever I first started meditating, it was a few minutes, not really a few minutes, but but I sat down for like 10 minutes at first, and then I built up, and then I would do it like, you know, whenever I had time, a few times a day. Very disciplined with it. And it was helpful. Right? It did help. I did gain a lot of insight and wisdom, like, just from meditating like that. But now, like, I am bombarded with information that I don't have to think about. And I don't want to say bombarded because it doesn't stress me out. Like yesterday, whenever I was receiving like all this information, I like wrote it down, and I was researching, trying to figure out like what the shit means, and then I just was like, okay, whatever, it will come to me. The universe will reveal God, which God in the universe or whatever. Two different, not really like extremely different, but there's a difference. I was just like, whatever, it'll pop up into my world, like the answer will find me. Like, I was researching, and then I was just like, yeah, no, I'm not gonna research this anymore, because sometimes it's like puzzle pieces that you are piecing together, but there's a one key thing that you're not like figuring out, because you're in like the thinking mode at that point. So that's why sometimes I'm just like, whatever, it'll come to me, hands off. And yesterday I was seeing a lot of apples, and I never see a lot of apples, right? And they were red apples, they weren't green apples. I like green apples, right? So I was going about my day, and then last night, I was just piecing together what all of it meant, right? Because sometimes it's like that, like, I'm thinking of 13 Moon Tarot, because she sits down and meditates, but I don't think she really, sometimes she probably doesn't even sit down, but she allows like words, phrases, images, stuff like this to come to her for like each sign, right? And then she gets into the tarot, and I love that. And she uses like the tarot to clarify like what she's receiving psychically, right? And I love that, because sometimes it's like that. And she even said sometimes like you don't receive a clear answer. Sometimes it's like that, okay? You don't need all of the information for the rest of your life right now. You really don't. So back to not thinking. Right? So thoughts are sending signals out. You're like barely receiving information. You're barely receiving guidance. You're barely noticing that pull of intuition. Like your intuition has to scream at you, because you're allowing your thoughts to run wild and rampant in your life, right? So when you meditate, when you remain present, because I don't like the word meditation anymore, but when you remain present, when you're not sending thoughts out, right, you're receiving. The I am state, it's awareness, consciousness, feels like stillness, peace, bliss, pure happiness will like come up from within you. That is like our natural state. So you're sending out happy thoughts now, right? Shit's looking good. Even though you're still like having a life go on all around you, you're not letting it bombard you, right? That's why having a family is the perfect fucking opportunity to remain present. It's a perfect opportunity for you to strengthen that skill of presence, strengthen that activity of presence, right? So, happy thoughts, going out. And this is my belief of how you manifest things so easily into this world, right? I had a thought this morning because I wasn't like really thinking a lot this morning. Like I was thinking about this video and like my YouTube channel and how far like I've come, and like the message that I really want to hit home with my subscribers and the people that come across me is presence, right? So there was something that I thought about, right? And then I was just like, meh, I don't like that thought. So I like flipped it instantly, and then what was it, 20, 30 minutes later, it like pops up, the good thing pops up into my reality, and I'm like, shit. But it happens all the time, but like every time it does, I'm like, wow, like still amazed by it, right? Because to me that is magical. That's fucking wonderful. Even when like a limiting belief or like a old pattern, will pop up, and like I'll have a thought that's connected to it, right? Whatever. And then I'll flip it, and then like me flipping that and then being like, yeah, it's fine, whatever. It'll show up quicker. It'll like be in my actual fucking reality fast as fuck. Like 20 minutes. How long have you had to wait for something you want, to manifest? Because that shit showed up 20 minutes, and I didn't really like think about the time. I really wasn't like putting much thought and effort and whatever. I was just like, whatever, like this is true. I don't know why the fuck I had like the thought, the limiting belief thought, whatever, pop up, and then I flipped it, and then like the thing that I said like came to me, right? It was great. And it happens a lot. It's just I still get happy over it. I'm still excited over it. Still like yes, it's natural for me, but I like getting excited and happy over life. yeah. But anyways, that's how like I've just sped up that process, that like yes, that's how I'm able to receive things within like 20 fucking minutes. But I don't put that time limit on there, right? I'm just like, whatever. This is already like true for me, because the limiting belief is like no, and then like the thought that is actually fucking normal for me, right? But just like, yes, this is normal for me, and it has been normal for me. And then it came to me like 20 minutes later, like reaffirming that like it's normal to me, right? And I was just like, yay. Whatever. Anyways, so even when like a limiting thought was like being sent out by me, I sent like a happy thought and like a neutral, really, some thoughts along with it, And then that's like instant. manifestation to me, where I'm not like waiting, where I'm not like, I don't know, having doubt creep in, which I don't even really doubt shit anymore. Because this helps a lot. Because you know shit related to the shit that you fucking want, you know? And it helps a lot. So, let's see. Writing, brainstorming, right? Like when you can receive ideas for a product, you can receive ideas for a book, you can receive ideas for literally anything, right? Grab a fucking piece of paper, remain present, and see what ideas come to you, okay? They are coming to you. You're not actively like thinking about shit. A download, a phrase, an image. You'll feel like goosebumps tingling, you know, when you hear something and you get goosebumps. Like, that's also a message. You start interpreting things differently because you're present and you know that feeling of knowing that it means something that you're supposed to pay attention to. And you can pay attention to it now because you're not being bombarded by your fucking thoughts and by life. It doesn't feel like it's overstimulating, right? So you're receiving. You're receiving. I don't know if you wanted to like screenshot it or what. I don't even remember when I drew this. And then just like send happy thoughts out, right? Oh, look, the sun is shining. My example of this morning, this is my like drawing. My example of this morning, thinking about like the YouTube video, right? I wasn't stressing about it. I wasn't stressing about like what my channel is gonna be because I already know like I want to be present, right? But I also want people to know that is like the core foundation that you need to have before you buy anything, before you waste your energy, your time. If you do not remain present and focused, shit will be a lot harder for you. It really will, right? So those that is like the presence is the core to everything, right? So now that I've given you some context, I'm gonna write down the time of when I'm gonna start reading, so I know. I have a whiteboard there, over there, and like on my desk. So, do this. Don't mentally understand this. Don't try to fucking think about it. Do it. All right? Reading from The Power of Now. The state of presence. It's not what you think it is. Okay, this is a student asking a question. You keep talking about the state of presence as the key. I think I understand it intellectually, but I don't know if I've ever truly experienced it. I wonder, is it what I think it is, or is it something entirely different? And this is his response, right? It's not what you think it is. You can't think about presence, and the mind can't understand it. Understanding presence is being present. Try a little experiment. Close your eyes and say to yourself, I wonder what my next thought is going to be. Then become very alert and wait for the next thought. Be like a cat watching a mouse hole. What thought is going to come out of the mouse hole? Try it now. This is the state that you're keeping. I'm not gonna wait until I don't have a thought anymore. Or until I have a thought. I was gonna pause, have that long pause, but I can have that long pause in my mind. I built that up. Right? And I was just gonna pause. I had to wait quite a long time before a thought came in. This is a student. His response is, exactly, as long as you are in a state of intense presence, you are free of thought. You are still, yet highly alert. The instant your conscious attention sinks below a certain level, the thought rushes in. The mental noise returns, and the stillness is lost. You are back in time. He goes into an example that I'm not going to read. To stay present in everyday life, it helps to be deeply rooted within yourself. Otherwise, the mind, which has incredible momentum, will drag you along like a wild river. What do you mean by being rooted within yourself? It means to inhabit your body fully, to always have some of your attention in the inner energy field of your body, to feel the body from within, so to speak. Body awareness keeps you present. It anchors you into the now. I made a video, if you want to go back to it, about what I have done to perceive more energy, right? Because when I first started, I did meditate a few times a day. I did the energy breath channel, and I talk about it more in that video, and I read from The Energy Codes, right, by Dr. Sue Morter. I read that in that video. And I talk about the channel breath. Hold on, let me twist you a little bit. Okay, and you see this right here? This is how I remain. Well, I clear my energy, but this is how I remained more conscious of my body then, right? Doing the channel breath that I say in that I explain more in that video. So go check that one out if you already have experienced moment by moment awareness and you are ready for the next level type of thing, where you want to use your imagination and your intention to bring more energy into your body. Remaining present, you can automatically bring more energy into your body because you are not sending energy out. You're keeping it within you. Well, I'll just say it like that. But I like clearing my energy a lot throughout the day. A lot. And I didn't know moment by moment awareness really back then. Like I knew awareness and presence and stuff like that, but I was trying to flip my thoughts, right? I was trying to flip my thoughts. I was trying to be me and me, not me versus me, okay? So the core foundation is that presence and maintaining that throughout the day. The kittens are playing, if you were wondering. So once you have maintained presence moment by moment, and you're ready to go to like the next level, go back to that video. What I've done to perceive more energy, I think the title is. But I read to you and I like tell you, it's called the channel breath in her book. But it's not, it's clearing your chakras, right? But it's not actively going and imagining like the red for the root and so on and so forth. If you're to that part, then go ahead, do it, right? If you're to that part, go ahead and do it. But this is for the beginners or the people who have been I don't want to say misled, right? But for those who are still struggling with meditation, with life, with my morning as the example, right? I was actively thinking about the video. Limiting belief came up, right? Saw it, noticed it, was like, fuck that thought. I replaced it, right? And it's so easy to do. And I didn't mentally fight myself. I didn't like stress that it was there, you know? So that is different from, because when I first started, I used to think so fast I wouldn't like realize the thought that I had. I had to like backtrack to like, oh, what the fuck was I just thinking? Because I used to think so fast and be so logical. And it felt mentally straining. It felt like I was fighting myself. Like I was trying to work with myself, but it also like was tense, I guess. And I feel like I'm not the only one who experienced that, because yes, we are changing, we are growing. Amazing. This is to skyrocket your spiritual abilities, your presence, because your presence will skyrocket your abilities. Like you'll see them. You'll receive them. You'll not like receive your abilities because you already have them. But you'll be able to like see, perceive, hear, notice it more, notice it. Right? Like when I get an image in my mind, I don't just like discard it. Like I put that image there. Like I wasn't actively constructing a unicorn in my mind. I talked about a unicorn yesterday, the day before. In one of my videos, I don't know, it just popped into my mind. Like it pops into your mind. You're not actively thinking about it. That is clairvoyance, right? Where you see an images in your mind. Like receiving images in your mind. And you feel intuition more. Whenever I came over at my desk, sat down, I knew I was gonna flip through this book, right? But I just automatically like opened to a page. I just picked it up and I didn't start at the beginning like I thought I was going to. I just felt like I should just open to a random page. And it was the perfect page, you know? It was the perfect thing that I wanted to talk about. I didn't have to flip through anything. I didn't have to like actively seek out. I just flipped this shit open and it was there. So, I gave you a lot of context, a lot of examples. Life gets so fucking easy and peaceful. And once you're more present, you are able to see not only the things going on in your inner world, right? But you're able to see the magic in life. Like things just come to life. Like you never even seen it like that before. You never experienced it like that before. But when you're super fucking present and in the moment fully, everything just has more life. So I will probably talk about that a lot on this channel. Being present. That is the core foundation. I cannot fucking stress that enough, okay? If you're ready to go to the next level, go to that, like what I did to perceive more energy, because I explained the channel breath in that. That's visualization and intention. But a lot of people can't, or don't. They can, they just don't do it. A lot of people don't remain present enough and build that energy and power for their intention to have power, to have the fuel, to have it fucking go, right? That's why I was able to like instantly manifest today. Even though it's normal, I still get excited about it. It's because the thought came up from nowhere because I wasn't actively thinking about this shit. Then I reversed it and sent it away. But I have more fuel to the thought that I sent because I wasn't stressing over it. I wasn't adding more bullshit to like the limiting belief instead of like the positive intention, the positive like thought, the like that I sent out, like I didn't need to like write it down a million times. I didn't need to like, I reaffirmed it like once, and then I was like, the fuck, because I already have like evidence, you know, to support the like positive, great thought, intention, whatever. And then I just like piled that on, you know? Boom. I didn't pile on like doubt and disbelief and bullshit onto like the limiting belief that like brought up. I'm doing this because I'm seeing like it structured in my mind, but whatever. Whatever, you get to the point. I'm going to upload, and I will see you later. And this fucking helped. I know it did. It fucking helped someone. Send it to everyone you goddamn know, because this helps. It's the core foundation. It's the core principle to life. So how present are you today? Very. You're very fucking present. You're very here, okay? You're very here. Whatever. I'll talk to you later.